freedom, for the diffusion of conflict through free exchange of ideas. Free speech. It is here. Speaker's Corner. Speaker's Corner has existed as a place of speeches long before many of the history books first log its existence. For much of its near 1,000-year history, this place was a place of shadows, yet more so than elsewhere, perhaps a place of honest words. When those sentenced to death were hung here, a place known as Tyneburn, they spoke, and they often spoke freely. With no consequences, they lambasted the rulers of the day and social norms. They spoke here with passion and with vigour and made the most of the last moments of their lives. It is from this legacy that the culture of this corner, the culture of free speech, still somewhat extant today, stems. When in 1866 the Reform League demanded the extension of the franchise to right the wrongs done by the oligarchical class of landowners, they were suppressed by the government.
Is he speaking English?
The pot was locked to them, but did they take it? No! They tore up hundreds of yards of railing and they took this corner by force! They took
Dude, he's so upset that nobody's looking at him.
Englishmen and such belligerence continued until 1872, when the government submitted and recognised this corner as a place for free public discourse. This recognition has meant much for Britain. This area has been populated by famous speakers, good and evil, from Orwell to Marx. Speakers' corners have popped up in Nottingham, Staffordshire and Sussex, Leeds and Newcastle, and it has echoed around the world. Speakers' corners now exist in Australia, in Canada, in Indonesia, in Italy, in Malaysia, the Netherlands, New Zealand, Singapore, Trinidad and Tobago, Thailand and even the United States. Yet now, this sacred ground has been despoiled. It has been tainted once more by the fruit of tyranny. When I came here 4 weeks ago, I was violently thrown out of this park by Stasi thugs. When I came here 3 weeks ago, I was violently assaulted and falsely arrested by the same Stasi goons. This in a place where Abu Hamza spoke for a half-decade without interference. It is clear to me, and I'm sure clear to many, that the Metropolitan Police is nothing, I repeat, nothing but a criminal organisation dedicated to stripping the liberties of the English people, and in exchange for what? Money! Their pay packets and pensions, they grow ever so fat off, and they do grow fat, don't they? Whilst others lose their jobs, lose their businesses, lose everything that they built their lives upon. They live for it. They get a thrill off of it, to rule by the baton, yet they have no lawful right to do so. When the Metropolitan Police was first given its charter, it was under the principle that the police are the people and the people are the police. Some members of Parliament said, why not give them navy cutlasses, we've got plenty spare. Why not arm them with swords? And they were told no, because that would make them an illegal standing army. They were given batons, helmets and whistles, and when they used to blow those whistles, people would come running to help. But today, would you come running to help one of these thugs? No! I know that I wouldn't. Now, despite the fact then, when you could walk around with a revolver in your pocket, when they were armed far less than us, when they used to wear suits. Have you ever seen the miners' strikes? They fought the miners in suits. And now they are armed with pepper spray, with tasers, with batons. All of these now things we're not allowed to have. Where once they were below us, where once they were held to a higher standard than the rest of us, where more was expected out of them than us. Now it is the other way around. Now we, the public, the peasants, are held to a higher standard than these criminals. Now we are the ones who are vulnerable and not them. Surely we should return to the way things were. So if they wish to fight us, they wish to attack us, we can go to them toe to toe on a level playing ground. It is clear the Metropolitan Police now are nothing but an illegal parliamentary standing army here to crush our freedoms and strip them from us. Some people say that we should not hold these criminals to account for their crimes. But I do not agree. Crime demands punishment. And where there are victims, and solely where there are victims, there are crimes. The people who serve in the Metropolitan Police today are not the average man off the street. They are a self-selecting group, and they're the very worst scrapings of the barrel of our society. An organisation of psychopaths and sociopaths bent on violence, to attack old ladies, to attack veterans on Remembrance Day and Remembrance Sunday. They couldn't leave it out, could they? They wanted the double. They smashed journalists into the floor for filming their crime. Whenever they attack someone, there's a ring. No one's going to attack them. We know what it's for, so you can't film past them. These are not human beings. These are cockroaches and should be treated like them. They are the very worst product of our battery farming so-called education system. Children who are bullied in class, the teachers' pets and class pedants, the prefect who only sought to abuse his position. Gone is all semblance of policing by consent, and we all know it. That is why I say that we cannot accept simply a marginal return to some fraction of our liberties. We must demand justice, and it must be justice on every single one of these criminal vermin. Just following orders is an excuse that leads to Holocaust, nothing less. So let us take their jobs, let us take their pensions, and let us take their freedom. Let them be locked up for their crimes of breaking every oath they ever swore and taking fistfuls of cash in receipt of it. Let us try them fairly before a jury for their crimes and lock them up. Only then can they understand what they have done wrong, and only then may we have justice and live safely in the knowledge that this sacred ground, this other Eden, this demi-paradise, this Speaker's Corner of ours will be safe once more. Justice! Resistance GB on YouTube. Thank you.